Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to DayZ Xbox experimental servers. Here we are, up on the overwatch of the absolutely amazing shipwreck at Riffy. I don't know, I mean, I'm just keeping an eye out here, just having a look. I just wouldn't mind seeing a survivor making their way through the gas. I don't think I'd shoot them. No, I don't think I would. That would be nasty. We shot somebody yesterday and I felt a bit guilty about that. Is that a bush? I wonder if the night vision scope's good for looking through the gas. No. Definitely not. I just can't get over how amazing this looks. Looks brilliant, doesn't it? Looks so good. I always thought the shipwreck was really cool, but now with this toxic gas swirling around it. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. However, we can't hang around here all day waiting for someone to appear. We should really make a move, shouldn't we? So I was thinking we head up the coast to Svetlogarsk, whatever it's called. I keep missing. Good evening, Ray. Greetings. Thank you for joining the stream. We're on the Xbox experimental 114 DayZ server. There's the we were just chilling out. We ended the stream last night here with the amazing shipwreck. How beautiful does that look? Look at that. One of the best views in DayZ, that must be, isn't it? But there's nobody around, so we should... I think we're going to make our way north. I'm kind of thinking... Let's go past Svetlogarsk. And then... ooh. It doesn't look very tasty, does it? I'm thinking the Svetlogarsk and then... ooh. This one looks alright. Yes, and then head inland. I'm thinking along the north of the map towards the... is it Krasno military base? Somewhere like that. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I kind of want to start DayZ streaming. Well, go for it, my friend. What are you on? Console, PC, PlayStation, Xbox? Looks like we've got the day with us as well. So we could have a good chance of getting some daylight streaming in. Well, the last two streams have been at night, which has been a little bit unfortunate, to say the least. I see. Half of me wants to loop back towards the road and then do some ambushes of people who are coming towards. But then you can imagine you've gone around the entire map looking for the NBC gear. So you've got your pants, you've got your hood, you've got your jacket, you've got your gloves, you've got your gas mask, you've got your gas mask filter, and then some person double barrels you with the shotgun just as you're making your way towards the to the toxic zone. Be a little bit disappointing, wouldn't it? To say the least. We're going to stay off the beaten track, though. Yeah, I think it's Krasnow military base. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to get there tonight. But you never know. With a bit of luck. What's up, Skay Speeder? Says, oh, my resolution's too low on the screen. I can't read what people are writing. Is that E-Man? Welcome, E-Man. Thank you for coming to the stream. Good to have you along. Have a look at these boats, see if we can see anything. Is that a fishing hook? You always used to be able to find cans of spikes, didn't you, and things like that. Deck123 says, personally, I think the toxic zone should be Tizzy. Hello, even. But says Bob. Hello, Bob. Well, I think the beauty with the way that they've set up the toxic zone and the way that the mechanics work is we will be able to add toxic zones very, very easily on console and PC modding. Very, very easily. It's just an event that you can call in, so it's very easy to put a toxic zone over Tizzy or Northwest Airfield or anywhere like that. Really simple to do. So that's cool. Plus, I wouldn't be surprised if the devs move the toxic zone around, from season to season and go, okay, so it was at Riffy now, but actually it is over at Tizzy, or it is over Northwest Airfield, or it is over the Northeast Airfield, or something. Or it can be anywhere, it could be Krasnow. And then you just make, because they've added a new loot category as well, you just make the high-end loot spawn wherever the toxic zone is. It's very interesting, very interesting. And I think the thing is, there's still high-end loot at Northwest Airfield and Tizzy, but there's stuff that you can only get in the toxic zone, like the Starlight Scope. I think the M416 is you have to go into the toxic zone to get that. And it's a different gameplay loop, isn't it? It means that instead of heading towards Northwest Airfield, I mean, you may well want to go towards Northwest Airfield and get some weapons. You then head back towards back towards Riffy on the coast. Makes people go in some different directions, spreads them about the map, maybe a little bit. Got lag. Yes, I agree, says E-Man. Tizzy should be static toxic zone 2. Moxie Don. Hello, Moxie. Rab says, I agree. Tiny should be toxic zone. Slump says, Scale, I need help. How do I make my loot refresh on server like global XMLs? How do I make my loot refresh? Are you on console or PC, Slump? E-Man says, are you going to do a video on how to add toxic zones to server? Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes. It's not very complicated. I thought that was a person there. See, you might, I don't know whether you can see this, but the bottom of the post is blue. I thought that was a person. Dope. Business message, good afternoon. I am the guy that did that spot on comment on your ZA4 versus that review. Oh, thank you, businessman. You'd have to refresh my memory. Was that the... Yeah, you'd have... There's been a few comments on that video. In fact, I've kind of already done one, to be honest, about how to add it. A static zone. But I'll do a more in-depth one when I get the chance. Okay, so have we got... Yeah, I've got no access to my inventory at the moment. But that's why we play the experimental server, so they can work out these bugs. Deck123 says, just makes more sense to have it up north. Don't make sense to go up north to get the gear than to come back down, just to spend 5 minutes looting shit when I already have Toxic on my PC. So yeah, what you have to remember though is that for us console players, this is something pretty unique and pretty amazing. If you'd asked us, do you think you'll ever have toxic zones on console? Most of us would have probably said, no, we're not going to get anything like that. And then we've got it, which I know PC players have had for many years through mods. But what's also exciting about it for console modders is that it seems to be very simple to mod. And I think you're going to see some really special things as people get their heads around how to use the event call to the contaminated zone static and the contaminated zone dynamic, which are the two event calls that you can do, and how that we can add them into different things, and with the tripwires as well, and things like that. It's going to be interesting times. It just adds, the idea that you can now. I know it's a toxic zone, but if you can on console, if you control the amount of NBC gear that's on the server, so you as the admin of the server, you control that. Have it on you. You could then create a safe zone, which is in the toxic zone. Maybe. I think the catch will be the length of time that the filters last on the gas mask, because they don't last very long, do they? They last about 8 to 10 minutes, I think. Getting a bit of rubber banding now. Yeah, there's plenty of people on the server. Hope everybody's had a good Monday. First day of the week. Yeah, I can't look or do anything. Report that bug after the play session is over. Lost access to inventory and quick menu. I think my character looks pretty natty, doesn't he, at the moment? He's got his nice camo boonie hat on, nice big blue hiker's backpack, mountaineering pack. We've got a hunter's jacket, hunter's trousers. I've got tactical gloves on, have I? I can't look. I think I've got no, they're leather gloves, aren't they? I think I've got. They're looking a bit tatty though. I don't think this gear's going to last that much longer. Deck123 says, yeah, I know what you mean. I was an Xbox player for years. Made the switch to PC about a month ago. Right. What does scale speeder mean? Says Redshift912. Well, that's an interesting question. What does scale speeder mean? So, when I first started my YouTube channel, many, many, many years ago, back in 2007, I think, was my first YouTube channel, I tried to come up with a name. Is there any point going up there? No, because I can't access anything. And you'll know it's all about having a unique name, isn't it? And some of the first videos were put on YouTube, and this was the time when YouTube was just really starting out, and you had a maximum time limit of 10 minutes on videos. But the really good thing about YouTube was it was a free place to host videos that you would then play on other websites. That's why I started using it. And a few of the videos I did first were remote control cars, petrol ones, the little ones that go really fast. And I was going, right, okay, so I need a new email address, and I need a username for YouTube. And I was like, okay, wait a minute, okay, so these are scale remote control cars. So that's where the scale bit comes in, they're scale, and they go really fast. So it's speeder. And then you go through all the things. Has anybody used this? And nobody had used it at all. So it's like, brilliant. I can have scale speeder at gmail.com. I can have scale speed on Twitter, scale speed on YouTube, all that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a silly name, but it's unique. And then when I sort of created my gaming channel in 2014 or something crazy, but I didn't really do anything on it for ages, I used scale speeder. So. Or Scale. Call me Scale. Or call me Rob. Okay, so I've got. It's dangerous this because I can't change weapons. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to log out and log back in again, just in case it's a log problem. If somebody wanted to make it really tough, they could add toxic zones to all the towns perhaps. Absolutely. I need the origin story. Yes. Yeah, so you can turn the airstrikes off as well, the artillery strikes off. You can do whatever you like. You can make it harder, you can make it more difficult. You can have more strikes coming in. You could block off entire portions of the map with toxic zones, you can say, well, actually this bit of the map, oh, there we go, that's better, good. Yeah, this bit of the map just isn't available to you. I really need another knife. Not a wrench, thank you. Great. Our hatchet's not looking very healthy either, is it? May come in handy later. It's getting darker, isn't it? Okay. Campfire tripod. You find the strangest things in DayZ, don't you? I've got some seeds. If I could find a spade. plastic bottle. Got plenty. Gunfire in the distance there. Oh, a knife. Brilliant. Do they put anything on top of these anymore? They used to, didn't they? I remember when I was a new player, you'd be staggering around Chernogorsk, starving to death, going through the town. Is he aggroing after me or someone else? Radiator. Ooh, zombie. 2 zombies. 3 zombies. Have you been in the toxic gas zone yet? On my test server, on my local PC, yes. I've gone in. I haven't done it for real though on a public server or a live server if you like. Let me just come in here so I can catch up with the chat. Nice. Try jumping first, sometimes that fixes the bug. I'll give that a go. Well, my mate got one of the RC cars, he reckons it would do 80. Mine, the ones I had used to do about 45. Richard says, found you through the podcast, by the way. Really great place to find new content creators. Yeah, excellent. Look on YouTube at tether cars, 400 miles an hour. Lynn Cosgrove says, question, what happens if you drove a car or truck in a tug zone? Would the car protect you? No. Well, it might protect you a little bit. Okay, well, look after the stream, says Steck. Sergeant Smithy says, have you actually been in the tug zone? Yeah, only just on my test server. So I was watching Sumrak, or... Sumrak stream last night, I think it was, and somebody asked, would the raincoat give you any protection? And so what it looks like is every piece of clothing will give you a certain amount of protection from, I filled up pretty quick there, didn't I? From the gas. And the raincoat, because it's rubber, will give you more protection than others, but it's still a minimal amount of protection. You know, if you want to be safe and not get infected by the toxic gas, you know, not start bleeding and get ill, you've really got to be wearing the full NBC suit. You know. And I guess you've got to think, well, if that's the case, they really do have to hide high-end loot in the toxic gas. If you've got to go to all that effort to go around all the fire stations and all the clinics to get yourself kitted up, it better be worth it when you get in there, hadn't it? I mean, I've had a look at the XMLs, and the stuff that's in there for experimental is M4s. The best AK is in there. The Starlight scope is in there. So, for example, that raincoat would give me a certain amount of protection, but you would still start bleeding, and I don't think it's worth doing. What we need to wait for was Sporter. What we need to wait for is Wobo to do his video, which I think is, I don't know if he's released it yet actually, where he talks about damage and how the gas damages you, and there's 3 different levels of illness you get. So what I need to do. Lots of zombies. Is this server PvP? So I'm on a... Tell you what, should we get a... Let's see if we can do a stealth kill on this zombie. There's a new animation, isn't there, I think? Okay, I think we've got a bit of lag going on there. It's probably best to run away. Yeah, so this is the Xbox, one of the Xbox experimental servers. Wait, am I going in the right direction? I might be going this way, don't I? So these, if you're on Xbox or you're on PC, and you download the experimental versions of DayZ, you can help them test the game. So they run this for a couple of weeks probably, put out a few updates, and then this will then become live on PC, PlayStation and Xbox. We've got some bad rubber banding. Where's the best place to promote a PS4 server? Facebook page, it says. Oh! Where the hell did he come from? He's going to knock me out. Phew, that was really lucky then. He was running up on me. I tell you, that was really weird. He was running up on me like a player would. I got too much stuff in my backpack. Any good service for base raiding? I don't really do much PvP, so I couldn't tell you, teammates. Deck Quantities, can you do a looking for thing on PS4? That's what I did my Xbox server every day. I put up looking for thing. then it got full. Don't know. Oh, looking for players, right? Yeah, you could do. Team Ace, I'm on PC now. Sergeant Smithy says, what you mean looking for? Bob says, I went all around Northwest Airfield looking for NBC gear. I just need gloves now, and I'm good. Excellent. Dex says, I don't know if PlayStation have it put on Xbox. You can make it looking for group for DayZ. Right. Yeah. Don't know if PlayStation have groups. Deck 1, 2. Sergeant Smithy says, on PS4 used to have community pages, but they've been removed. Right, there you are. Edward says, is there any way I could copy your server settings? I'm struggling to get my setup. I've watched all your setup videos, but I still can't seem to get it right. So, Edward, what you need to do is you need to do a search for Scale Speed at GitHub, and then download my latest 113 XML files. They're the latest ones I've done. They will obviously be out of date when 114 comes out. But they're the latest ones I've done, so I really need a compass. Baseball cap. Okay, let's get up in the tree line and then start heading out of town. I could have sworn when that zombie ran up behind me that was a real person running up behind me. Still PS4 still has community pages, says TMS. Right, there we go. NBC still spawning police stations, or did they change that for this patch? As far as I'm aware, NBC suits, the yellow one spawns at fire stations and medical places, so the clinics and the hospitals, and the grey NBC suits and all the stuff spawn at tier 4 military locations, which is Northwest Airfield and Tizzy up that way. Good view from up here, isn't it? Look at that. Right, so we've got ooh, could have broken my legs then. Bit of shock damage. That's quite a bit of health then as well. This is a prime ambush site here. Because people rely on people coming out of Svetlojarsk visiting these tents here. See, this is getting a bit bloody steep. I don't know if there's anything down there that I want. saying that, a nice gas mask. Now, we need to be careful, because if I run down there, I need to make sure I've got, so 22 LR. So we've got loads of shotgun shells. See, I'm doing pretty well for gear. Really am. Oh, we've got the... do we really need the crowbar? It's a good melee weapon, though, isn't the crowbar? It takes up a lot of space. Don't know. The problem with console is it's hard to get players as you're limited to what you can do, so all the servers are pretty much the same. Yeah, that is a catch. Redshift says the mass used to spawn in police stations, but I could be mistaken. Some of the gas mask might. Yeah, some of the gas mask might. Right. So let's head down there and just see. What we can find. Now this is going to get very dark now, people, I'm afraid. Right, let's keep moving. Colt 1911. Another one. They're definitely more dangerous, aren't they, these days, zombies? Really are. Okay, so that's it. A couple of Colt 1911s we could have had, but I've already got a silenced pistol, so... Where do we go next? Try to make your server different to everyone else's, but add in custom location stuff. Yep, that's another thing. Yeah, you can do that. I'd have a little peek with night vision scope, says Bob. Good idea. Sonat Smithy says, I got all that to have streetlights, mass graves, airstrikes, NBC trader. The works. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other side of it is you can only do so much, can't you? And you've got to make it I'm a big believer you've got to make your server the DayZ that you want to play. You know, if you're paying for it, you know, and you're spending your time on it, make it what what is fun. And if that's, loads of loot, loads of guns, people playing PvP, then do that, If you want a more survival experience, do that. But do it so that you enjoy playing on it, and don't think that you have to have 50-player, 60-player servers. You don't. You can just have a 10-player server, and you'd be amazed how many different people will come on a 10-player server. They just don't go on at the same time. I'm so much more nervous about zombies these days. We used to be really blasé, didn't we, about zombies? Should we try and get a stealth kill on this one? Oh, there we go. How good is that? Well done. I love that. That is good. That is a nice little animation there. Like it. Like it a lot. Right, let's see what else we can find. Flat cap. I suppose we could cook our chicken, couldn't we? Right, let's have some cooked chicken for tea, shall we? Let's have a quick look in the toilet. You never know what you might find. Got some dirty rags. Nice. I think we'll smoke the chicken. so we don't have to worry about it going off. It'll last a little bit longer. Very nice. Right, let's catch up with the chat. Oh, right, no. Max Ammo over on Twitch says hi. Hi, Max Ammo. Thank you for joining the stream. We're just on the Xbox experimental server. Unfortunately, it's now night time, so we can't really see that much. But I'm heading to the north of the map. We're going to have a look through this town. Probably try and head towards Krasno, but I don't think we're going to get there tonight. Just smoking some chicken. Oh, I've got to do that YouTube and that Twitch thing. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, if you could hit that follow button, that'd be lovely. Thank you very, very much. The really cool thing about the experimental servers, if you didn't know, especially on Xbox, I don't know about PC, is that your character will travel from experimental session to the next. So I've had this guy loads of times. I've had him for a long time on experimental, and every time they do an update and they open up the experimental servers, I fire it up and he's in his kit ready to go, which means that I don't have to really worry completely about all the minutiae of, when you're a new survivor. I can just crack on and enjoy exploring the new features, which is good. So if you're on Xbox and you haven't had a go at the experimental servers, by all means give them a go. Looks like we're heating up nicely. In fact, should we have a little bit of a drink as well? Might as well. Brano says, how are the servers on Xbox? The PC experience have been laggy at times, as in high ping, spike and crash. It does happen. It does happen. We had a bit of a... going through Svetla Jars had quite a bit of rubber banding. And I've had times when I haven't been able to access my inventory. And one of the big questions is, of course, if we've got toxic zones on console, so Adam and the team, when they were making the toxic zones, they must have been thinking, this is something that PC servers have had through modding for quite a long time, but this is going to blow console players' minds. What else is he thinking now, What else does he think? Oh, what should we bring across? Dare we hope that he's got something like Trader in the works? Can you imagine if they brought Trader? What's that dried now, is it? It is dried. Okay, cool. Right, well, we've got the buff. So let's carry on looking around. If there's one there's arguments for and against the traders, isn't it? Is it really DayZ when you have a trader? I would love them to bring some sort of official trader mod to DayZ. It wouldn't be for everybody's cup of tea, but it would revitalise the game in ways that it would be absolutely amazing. Because traders give you the opportunity to create PvP servers very, very easily. Uh-oh. Oh, Grandma. knife. I do prefer the combat with zombies now, though. It does feel like you've got to think a little bit more. Right, there will be a water thing in here, won't they? Brano said, I'd love them to bring the Namal Smack and Takistan. Yeah. Anne Cross says, reinstalled DayZ today, died 4 times from starvation, finding it nigh impossible to get going. Stick with it. Stick with it. You'll get there, Anne Cross. You will. It's very, very frustrating to start off with. But you'll get that run where you'll find a little bit of food. And you'll find a knife. And all of a sudden, the game will open up. It will open up to you. It's quite amazing how that happens with DayZ. Right, the water thing is kind of around here somewhere. Yeah, so what happens if you're new to DayZ and you're struggling? The first thing you have to remember is you must expect to die. You know, on public servers, you will die. You know, there's no way around it. And you'll probably die 9 times out of 10. You'll die, and then you'll have that one run where you'll find that tin of beans, and you'll find the can opener, and you'll find the knife, and all of a sudden, you know, you'll get a good meal down you, and you'll be like, okay, cool. And then once you've got enough food, so that your character isn't starving to death all the time, we can then start thinking, all right, okay, let's get inland. Let's start looking for, see if we can pick up a shotgun or a pistol. Get some decent clothing, get a decent bag. Kind of like what I've got here, where I've got some. Oh, we need to fix this clothing. It's on its way out the hatch, isn't it? Unfortunately. And then you move away from the minute-to-minute survival of the game towards thinking more longer term, and that's when the game really opens up, and it becomes very, very enjoyable. Then it becomes more of an adventure game. Then I can sometimes find an extra bit of food, but inevitably I'll just run out of food as I won't find any more. The other thing to do, the other mistake people often make, is they stay on the coast for too long. So if you don't use it already, make sure you download the I Survive map, or you have it on your mobile phone, or you've got it on your computer. So your priorities really are get some food, get some drink, get some clothes, figure out where you are, and then if you're near somewhere where you can start heading inland as quickly as you can. Because the amount of loot goes up as you head inland. Because you've got to remember at the coast, that's where all the... I've already got a sewing kit. That's where all the new people are. And so the coastal towns and villages are often stripped. So if you can make your way inland... makes a big, big difference. I would recommend, if you're on Chernarus as well, I would head over to the western side of the map. There's some really beautiful places around there, but also it's the road less travelled. Don't go too far north, or towards the airfield to start off with. Right, there's the water pump. Let's check our water situation. 1 empty water bottle. Let's have a drink from the canteen as well. Yeah. And honestly, if you stick with DayZ, it is probably one of the greatest games you'll ever play. It really will be. I mean, I remember when I first started playing DayZ on Xbox. I don't know whether you can still do it now, but you used to be able to have. There was a hour demo you could do, and you could play it for an hour, and I hated it. I thought this was the worst game I'd ever played. I can remember picking up a can of food and thinking, "Oh, wait a minute, what do you mean I've got this can of food? Why can't I just eat it?" And then I realised, okay, no, you've got to get a can opener, and I was like, this is insane. How can this be fun? Who plays this game? To have fun, having to load individual bullets into a. Is that alcoholic tincture I see down there? Or is it disinfectant? We'll have some of that. I think we can use that, can't we? We can use that to disinfect bandages and things. And I was like, oh, this is crap. And then I remember having another go with DayZ, having another trial, thinking, no, because I'd watch videos and see people playing it. I was like, oh, this looks like a great game. And I had another go, and I thought, I still hate this. I still think it's absolutely terrible. This is the worst game in the world. How can people pay money for this? And then finally, when it came out on, I can't remember if I got it first on PlayStation or Xbox, for real. In fact, no, what it was, I bought it when it came out on PlayStation, and I think it went in the sale on Xbox around about the same time, so I got it on both. And then I just stuck with it, and I was like, got to a point where I kind of had that breakthrough when you get over that first hour, and then I was like wandering around, getting myself lost, dying in the dark, all this sort of stuff, all this stuff that you do in DayZ, and then I was like, this is amazing, Funnily enough, some of the best interactions you have are often right at the beginning of the game when you're a newbie, where you've got nothing left to lose, and you see another player and you just say, hi, how are you doing? Where are you going? And then you kind of link up with them to head somewhere. I keep lying on the ground, don't I? And of course, it might just stick with Flight Sim 2020 update tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Oh, right, what's going to be on the update then? I didn't know about that one. Bob says, I'd like to see skeleton decomposed infected, which perhaps cause infected wounds. Ooh, yes, good idea. Bob says, 1 tin of drink, 1 tin of food, and a spare pair of shoes, and then go inland. You find stuff as you go. Good point, yes. X600 Blood Chef says, you're the best, bro, keep it up. Thank God, that's a very kind of thing of you to say. I guess I'm one of the... I've already been here, haven't I? You don't get many people streaming in the dark, do they? We can't see anything. Look at this. Big pond. Ooh. Stop lying down. Bloody zombies. Let's get out of here. We'll do this last house. Christmas lights. Because I mean, Christmas lights, there we go. There is a fantastic example of, can you imagine on a public server like this, how much looting you would have to do to get to a point where you had a base with with a tent, or a tent even, that you could then find a battery and then attach Christmas lights to your tent. You know how far in you'd have to be. Oh, great. Close. Okay, so maybe using the shotgun wasn't the best idea. Now, are these disinfected, these bandages? Yes, okay, so we're going to be alright. Right, come on zombies. Feel my wrath. Are they all gone? They'll run off. Okay. There we go. The night we took it back to the zombies. I said they're not zombies though, are they? They're infected. I shouldn't really be killing them like that. Because they're real people who are just ill. Let's just hide in here for a second. Obi Fontanomi says, "Hi Rob, I'm trying to get to grips with markers on I Survive. Any chance to give us a few pointers?" Don't you just click on the map? I haven't used it for it. Well, I do use it all the time, but I don't put markers on very often anymore. Bob says, "Some days the DayZ gods can be very cruel. You just can't get a break, but it's the random cappings that spoil it for me." Yeah, well, yeah, that's why we have PvE servers. Obi Fontanomi says, "Jesus, that shotgun is powerful." Yes, but it's very slow firing. Hulkage Supreme says, "You have been awesome. Thanks for all your updates and videos. I'm terrible at the modding, but I try every day and watch videos every day so I can open a good server." You will get there, my friend. And of course, there's world update and fixes on PC. Assume the updates on Xbox tomorrow as well. Have you built a car in DayZ? Well, okay, so what we have, let me just check my ammo situation. Yeah, we've got plenty of shells left. So, have I built a car? We don't want to go. We want to go to Kamakova, don't we? So, when cars first came to DayZ on console, I don't know if it was the same as on PC. But when they first came, we were all very excited, and this is a time when there was no XML modding for private servers. So you could have a private server, and you could control the night time and the daytime, but that was it. You couldn't control anything else. I just need to check I'm going the right way before I commit to it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the way we want to go. Perfect. So you had to go around and find everything yourself. So find the wheels, find the battery, find the spark plug. You used to have to find oil as well. So you'd have to get 3 bottles of oil. They're not in the public servers anymore. But you'd find 3 bottles of oil, and you'd have to put them in the engine, and then put the water in and the fuel in, and it would take ages to do. And we were all very excited. We were like, oh, brilliant, because at that point nobody knew how laggy the cars were, and the fact that they didn't really work properly. So yeah, got a car together, took it for a drive, game lagged out, crashed into a tree and ruined it. You know, so pretty quickly we realised that the amount of effort you had to put in to get cars running just wasn't worth it on public servers or vanilla servers. What I have now is I have the Scale Speeder Gaming private servers, the PV DJ Bone 20 with a subscription. Thank you very much. We have the private servers where what I do is I put cars in that are ready to go. So they've got the fuel in the back, they've got radiators, they've got everything. All you need to do is find some water to put in the radiator. So because they're just there, you're not that bothered when you crash them. You know, you've got to get another one. So to answer your question, yes, I have built a car. It took me ages. Would I build one now? Actually, I probably would on the Xbox One S, because this is the Xbox One S, and driving cars is actually alright in this. Bloody hell, another zombie. There's only one way out of this house, isn't there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's got some food. Oh, didn't reload. Oh, he's got a potato. We're burning through this ammunition, aren't we? But why not? Right, let's just take a breather for a second. How's our gun looking? Still pristine? Excellent. How's our ammo situation? We have to unpack another box, don't we? Take this paper with us. Catch up with the chat. Hulk Supreme says, would you recommend playing DayZ on PC or system? I use console now, but I think maybe the ability is more open on PC. Yeah, I mean, the beauty with playing DayZ on PC is that you've got all those mods available. The game runs better than on the last-gen consoles. But, you need to buy quite an expensive PC. X600 Blood Chef says, setting my server up for PvE and base building competition with the bros. Excellent. PC is way better for gearing up for the big PC soon. Okay, yeah. I mean, I tell you what I love about console DayZ is the fact that I'm sitting here, relaxing in my gaming chair. My legs are kicked up. I'm just chilled out. I've got my laptop open, my old laptop with the chat on. So I've got the YouTube chat as just what you can see on your screens. So I've got YouTube chat on the left, Twitch chat on the right. And no keyboard and mouse, just chilling out, nice and comfy, super relaxed. Great, I really like playing DayZ like this. And that's the advantage of console, I think. It's a more relaxed version of gaming. You don't have to be sitting at a computer chair, computer desk, that sort of stuff. Really do with a fresh hatchet. I'll tell you what I should do. I've got the let's replace the hatchet with the crowbar as my weapon of choice. Some pliers. Zucchini. What are the chances? Oh, it doesn't look very nice. It's a rotten zucchini. Right, where we go? We got potato. Let's peel a potato and eat a potato. Look at that freshly peeled potato. Not convinced myself, but and should we have some dry chicken as well? X100 Blood Chef, you're up to adding a person to the group? I'm definitely good at base building and looting. They called me the mother on my server. I kept things stocked. Of course, we have plenty of room. Skill speed, if that's the mood, I love it. Just to be relaxed, then definitely it's difficult. It's difficult modding with so little access to other well, yeah. But we don't have the same sort of cheaters that you have on console either, do on PC either, do we? That's okay. We'll leave the zucchini. I've already got loads of seeds. plenty of houses up here to loot. Nice balaclava to keep us warm. Always check the toilet. A sharpening stone. Oh, look at that. One of the best things in the game. Right. Here we go. Look at that lovely new axe. Oh, we are going to have to bring back all our stuff to its former glory. Right, that's pristine. That one isn't though. It's badly damaged, so it's almost about to break. You used to be able to, if you're new to DayZ, you used to be able to sharpen knives with duct tape, which was a bit odd. And then it's our little hatchet, isn't it? Let's get that nice and shiny again. It's always a relief when you've got sharp tools, because you know the worst thing is that you're in the middle of a zombie fight and your axe goes ruined or your knife goes ruined, and that's it, it's done then. Anthony Hackney says, when does this drop for PlayStation 4? We don't know. I'd suggest probably in about 2 weeks. It was on there for a while on the store. Anthony Hackney says, why every time a new update came out it's always for PS4, PC, Xbox, it started to ignore me. It's down to how difficult it is for Bohemia Interactive to put a test version of the game onto a platform, and it's traditionally Xbox have been more welcoming to things like betas or early access programs than PlayStation have been, and I think it's down to that. Which is a shame, because there should be that, or they could. I mean, there are test servers out there. Ooh, BK43. What condition is it in? Pristine. Is it more pristine than mine? My Mozan is worn. My BK43 is pristine. I haven't got a weapon repair kit, have I? I mean, it may be that Adam and the guys in the development team have decided, look, they just haven't got enough time to get a PlayStation version through. You have to get things through accreditation with Sony and Xbox. So you have to say, right, this is the version we want to release, and then it has to be approved by by the console owner, the console platform owner, so in this case Sony. And it could be that it's just too much hassle to get Sony to approve stuff, where Xbox is a little bit more welcoming. But PUBG has a PTS, but even them, they don't really. Boys. Yeah, it's... Ooh, what's he got? Some salty sticks. Oh, mate, we got to try some salty sticks, haven't we? I'm running out of space, though. I really need a chest, like a vest, an assault vest or something, so I can carry more stuff. Anthony says PS4 might have to wait a whole month before 1.4 to come out, just like 7 Days to Die on PS4. Yeah, could be. Updates usually don't take that long, yeah. I recently reset my loot back to vanilla. I had weed and swords I'm working on doing over, but better. Yep, you can't beat the good old sword. Great addition. The weed is it's funny, isn't it, the weed? I think it's always funny. The defib, the oil. Right, let's try these salty sticks. Salty. Come on, give me a compass. Again, the compass is one of those things that once you've got it, transforms the game, because you can go cross country. Anthony says, lol, I can't play DayZ because I pawned my PS4. Now I have to get it out for 340. Ooh. You could probably buy an Xbox One S for that, could you? Maybe. Ooh. That was close. Did you hear the artillery shell go off? think we'll just put a few kilometres between. Ooh, that was close. That was over that hill somewhere, wasn't it? Ooh. Who is it that's firing these shells into churners? Hello, sir, says Bahar Taleb. Hello, Bahar, thank you for joining the stream. Just coming to the tail end of it now. We've been out and about on the test server. What was that noise? That was the new artillery strikes. So, if you haven't heard, what happens now is on DayZ, when 1.14 comes out for PlayStation and PC and Xbox, officially this is the experimental server, so this is the test server. At Riffy, where the big shipwreck is, so the big kind of freighter, there's a toxic zone with toxic gas that you can't go into unless you've got NBC suit. And then all over the map, these airstrikes come in. The artillery strikes of toxic gas, they're amazing. They look unbelievable when they come in. When they come in, you'll hear a zzz, and a shell explodes up in the air. And this gas spreads out across the entire area, killing everything. Kills animals, zombies, and you'll get ill very, very quickly if you get caught by it. But the warning is you get the rumble of the artillery in the distance. And then you get that zzz, comes in. I think there's a flare as well or something that goes in first, like a sighting round so that they're firing. Sun's coming up. We have survived the night once again, people. Because I got 5 server I own on PS4, my admin be on watch my server since I be away. Right. Because I got 5 server I own on PS4, my admin be on watch my server since I be away. Right, okay. Right, I tell you what we're going to do. Because we've been streaming for a long time and there's quite a long way to go. We're not going to get to Krasno tonight. I am going to call it a night, I think, because it's been a real pleasure to have everybody along. But what I'm going to do is, let's just drop the crowbar a second. And a knife broke already, that's it. We are going to make a snare. Oh, wait, have we got any food for it? I've just thought. Oh, damn, have we got any food for the snare? Oh, we've got some chicken. Let's see if we can put chicken on a rabbit snare. Rabbits carnivorous? I don't think they are. We can't. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I'll tell you what, this will be a little test. Because in the DayZ apocalypse, on a public server, we've been testing 1.1.4 for Adam and his crew, and I highly recommend if you're on Xbox or PC, get on the test servers, test 1.1.4, put your feedback